pre-season mode as well. They're trying to get their sharpness. It doesn't happen straight away, but these days they are that much fitter when they come back. They do take a great pride in looking after themselves even through their holidays. So I think we can expect a reasonable tempo. So it is Borussia Dortmund who will kick off. They've been training in Austria. They've had 4 warm-up games already. They did lose their most recent last Saturday to 1860 Munich on the same day that Manchester United posted that 2-0 win at nearby Wigan.
Too many touches. You've got to try and play maybe a bit quicker, but United can see a very disciplined shape, defending in numbers as well. There's not much gaps in between those United players, so Dortmund have to quicken their game up.
To do that with a bit of ball carrying by Castro, who ran into trouble. He's got a free kick.
I think when he first started his run there was a nudge on him. That's when the foul was given. He tried to follow on and actually pick possession up, but there's at least one foul in there, if not 2.
It's to their hairdresser in the summer, it seems.
There's only one thought in the mind of Aubameyang here. It's a long way out, must be 35-40 yards, but he's gone, put the ball down. But the longer bowler's run up here, he's going to smash this goalwards, I expect.
There he does. Oh, and it's not a very good save the first time, the second time, and in the end it is scrambled in by Castro. It was very untidy, happily untidy for Dortmund, but disastrously untidy for Manchester United.
That's a very, very poor goal to give away. There's no pace in the shot from Aubameyang. I think the fact maybe it just arrives just in front of Sam Johnson makes it slightly more difficult, but a goalkeeper worth his salt should be dealing with that. Not necessarily catching it, but knocking it wide, knocking it to safety. He keeps it alive here, the United goalkeeper, and eventually the ball is going to end up in the back of the net, but he should be dealing with that. Arrives really on the full, should be doing a lot better. Once he doesn't make that first save, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, sometimes you make... Scored in the cup final, of course. It's a sad day. There haven't been too many times when there's been a general outburst of sympathy for Louis van Gaal, but to have won the FA Cup. Oh, here's a chance for Lingard, who of course got the winner to get that trophy, but then to not even leave Wembley before you're told that someone's taking your job. I thought that was a bit too near the knuckle.
Jesse Lingard here, why he doesn't take an extra touch and take it closer to Wiedenfeller, takes it far too early. The keeper reads it as well, but he's got so much space ahead of him. Take another touch, close in on the goalkeeper, then drill it past him. Just simply takes a shot.
Where they've actually had what you call meaningful control of the match. Castro. Kagawa. Castro with the cross. Oh, shouts for handball. I think the referee has given it. He certainly had a view on the outstretched arm. Antonio Valencia was the culprit. 10 minutes left in the first half, and Manchester United could go further behind here.
Well, this could be crucial, but is it accidental? Is it intentional? There's no real complaints from the United players. He caught off guard slightly, Valencia, as the overhead kick is attempted. I don't know whether it's slightly unfortunate, there's no real complaints.
Aubameyang against Johnston. 2-0. And it's going very swimmingly here in Shanghai for Borussia Dortmund at the expense of Manchester United.
Well, when you score 39 goals last season, there's never any panic when you're stepping up to take a penalty. It was exactly what he wants to do. Plenty of pace and power on it, using the side of the foot, so he gets the accuracy as well, and Johnston goes fairly early. He's never going to save it.
Plays Mkhitaryan.
Well, United are 2-0 down with the 2 best chances in the game, one in each half. One for Lingard, one for Mkhitaryan. Could have been very, very different, even though United are getting completely dominated in terms of the amount of possession Dortmund are having. They could have been on level terms.
Dembele getting through. It's a great run. It's a wonderful goal. Well, there's a lot of talk about who Manchester United signed in the summer. Take a note of this new man for Borussia Dortmund.
talk about sharpness at this stage of the season. That's the difference in terms of sharpness, in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net, in terms of finishing. Mkhitaryan and Lingard have had opportunities, and this one breaks with Dembele. There's only one place this ball is going to end up, and that's in the back of the United net. Really sharp work, moving that ball from left to right, and then he absolutely buries it. Romero doesn't even actually move his feet to make the save, and 3-0. The game looks well beyond United now.
I think the third goal is the signal for the substitutes en masse.
There's the yellow cavalry.
But surely one back here for Mkhitaryan against his old club. Put on a plate for him by Juan Mata. 3-1. Maybe those substitutes will sit back down again.
Well, the space in behind the Dortmund defence was always there to be exploited. Just United hadn't found the quality of the final pass or a decent run in behind. And once Mata did that and got in, very unselfish with his layoff to Mkhitaryan as well. It hasn't happened too often. It's been a good defensive line that Dortmund have held. A little step over from Rashford actually makes it happen. That's a very clever piece of play. Good understanding from a young centre forward. He knew that Mata was beyond him. Very simple tap in.
Yes, the first goal at Wigan on Saturday. So there's a goalkeeping error, but taken by the scorer of the first goal this evening, Gonzalo Castro.
From that type of distance, you've got to go for power and precision as well. It's very hard to marry the two. He's way off target.
Leitner. Could be in again here. Oh, how about that? That's a splendid goal. Well, Castro started it. He might well have finished it here. The 3-goal margin is restored. And Thomas Tuchel and a now emptied bench are delighted. Look at that. That was a great sight from Borussia Dortmund's point of view. But it's not been a great evening for Manchester United.
Thomas Tuchel made all his changes. It took a while, probably 10 minutes for the team to actually settle, but again, you look at Castro, it is a brilliant strike. It's pretty much unstoppable. Romero's nowhere near it, but no one in a blue shirt is closing down the midfield. As he looks to take his shot on Rojo, you've got to be bodily throwing yourself in the line of fire here. They don't do that. They've not defended.
Well, there is the final whistle. And for Borussia Dortmund, a more satisfying exercise. It is an exercise, we must remind you of that. Gonzalo Castro got a couple. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang got his customary goal from the penalty spot. Ousmane Dembele scored a cracker as well. And Jose Mourinho reflective at the end of it all. Mata set up Mkhitaryan. That's how it all finished off, with Castro's second of the game. And it was a bit of a spectacular from Borussia Dortmund, a bit flatter from Manchester United, who have done less work in pre-season. And today, as often in the case, it does show in football. There is no hiding place. And in Shanghai, been tough